For many people, Marvel Studios has been a gateway towards discovering many classic comic book characters that have stood the test of time. And going all the way back to Phase 1, Iron Man and Captain America would fall into that pantheon of characters. Now, of course, we are in Phases 4, 5, and 6, the Multiverse Saga, and we are seeing plenty of new characters. One being Namor the Submariner, who will be showing up in the upcoming Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And it looks like Marvel Studios is going the route of the comics, where he will be a mutant. So for those that are unaware, Namor is literally the first character that Marvel Comics ever created. Now this can be argued because there were a couple characters created right there, right at the beginning at the same time, but largely it is Namor that most people say was the original first. So again, you have to go all the way back to the original formation of Marvel Comics before it was even Marvel, all the way back to Timely and such. But again, that's a whole history lesson that it's honestly not even important. What is important though is that over the decades, Marvel Comics has had Namor at the forefront of many different teams, many different storylines, and of course involved with many different characters. He's been connected to the X-Men. He's been on teams involving the X-Men, in the X-Men. He's actually been directly referenced as the first mutant. And then, of course, there was the whole, who is actually the first mutant? Let's retcon that every couple years to sell more comics. Either way, though, he is a mutant. So it's not surprising that multiple recent interviews have happened where we hear about the potential of actually exploring different elements of the MCU mutant pantheon, and especially expanding that universe and what characters could already be mutants, because Ms. Marvel was revealed as one. She can't be the first, so are there others? Well, multiple people involved in Marvel Studios have winked and nodded towards this. The people in charge of Ms. Marvel said that just because Ms. Marvel is the first one doesn't mean that she's the only one, and maybe there's already other mutants out there, and we could see them soon. Again, many people believe that this is directly referencing mutants. Now, on top of this, it goes a little bit further, because in interviews, obviously connected to Black Panther, Namor himself, the actor Tenoch Tanoda, was asked about this, and he kind of, well, he does the thing where he doesn't want to answer it in a very sneaky, suspicious way that almost seems like a yeah, I'm a mutant. Again, it comes from a translation, so make of it what you will. Translations can sometimes be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and say that he is, and technically, even if he's not revealed to be a X-gene mutant, or whatever they're going to do with mutants in the MCU, which is probably going to be that, by the way, he is technically still a mutant, because we talked about this on the podcast. You know, he's somebody with powers that's half human, half, well, not Atlantean anymore, I guess, in the MCU, whatever they decide to do with them. So it's really going to be interesting to see what exactly they do, but I think for all intents and purposes, he's going to be a mutant. And it's going to be a way of them to establish more mutants in the MCU without necessarily introducing the X-Men right off the bat. And it's smart. And honestly, better, in my opinion.